Hi everyone, today I will be talking about ARGB controllers that comes with remote, as some of you have sent me email asking me, hey Kiro, during your content on a PC build you have made use of a remote control to control the ARGB, and they are interested to know what are all this controller and where I purchased this controller. Reason being, right, they wouldn't want to install the ARGB application on their system itself, which is taking up system resources. Now with this said, right, in front of you there are different units over here, 1, 2, 3, and there's one more which I've ditched away, and I wouldn't want to say the name on the brand itself, but that is a horrible ARGB controller. Now back to where I was. Starting with this unit, this was the very first time when I used remote control on ARGBs, and this is coming from Jesbo. Now it only has one single plug whereby you daisy chain all your fans or any ARGB device, right, into one connector, but this connector has a limitation of 180 LED. So imagine that if you to daisy chain more than 180, for example 210, now it will light up the 180 LEDs whatever you have daisy chain, and for the last few LEDs, right, which is 181 all the way to 210, right, it will not light up. So this is the problem with this unit itself, and I proceed on to purchase this. This is actually gotten from Amazon. It's actually a no-name brand. Now it's pretty good, I would say, but the only problem is that the connection point over here, right, by the way this is an 8-port hub, the connection point over here, right, are pretty weak. As you can see, it's bent. See, it's bent over here. Reason being, right, the connection point is directly to the PCB. It doesn't have a housing to support your pins. So this is not a very good option, whereby if you feeder a lot, you know, like changing cases to cases, and it doesn't have a proper cover. Take a look, this is broken. Though it does its function, and I have 2 units of this, the also another problem is that the remote control, right, the colors here, right, having to say the 2 controllers that I bought for this at a separate period, it's all messed up. The red is not red, in fact it's green or maybe blue, so the buttons here doesn't go accordingly. So this is one of the problem that I have with this unit. Now coming to a very fantastic unit, this is coming from Gelid, known as the Amber 5. It only has 5 port. Though you have 5 port, right, I love this unit a lot. Reason being, right, it's well built, okay, and the remote itself, right, go accordingly, everything function. But there is a limit again, because there's only 5 port, not only controlling the ARGB but the fans too. So I have to purchase an additional unit. This is a extension, ARGB extension, whereby you connect the SATA itself and to plug to this unit, so that you will continue on with whatever you have connected. And mind you, this port here only control, sorry, over here, 1 fan at a time, or 1 ARGB device at a time, and it doesn't exceed more than 50 LEDs. So take note on this. Having to say this, right, purchasing all this stuff, and happened that I was talking to Gelid representative, and I found out that they have a unit called Amber 8, which this is today's highlight, the ultimate ARGB control that I love so much when I feeder with it. So having to say this, right, I'd like to thank Gelid to have provided this unit for me to share with you guys, and I'll be doing the unboxing, showing you the content, and to guide you through on how I do the connections, and to show you the ARGB effects. Let's begin. Now when you unpack this package over here, you'll be ushered with the controller itself. I know it's pretty big, but it does its function. And these are the pads where you know, if you decided to tape it on your case, but you can go without this. Reason being, right, this unit here is magnetic, so it will magnet to your case, just like the Amber 5. I know you guys will be liking this Amber 5 because it's small, but it has a limitation, and you have to purchase additional controllers, additional hub, just to power up the rest of your devices. So having to say this, right, this unit here though is big, but it allows 10 channels, meaning to say you can control 10 fans at one go. Besides this, you have the instruction manual to guide you through on how to connect and such. It's pretty straightforward, which I'm going to show you. And of course the controller itself. And over here you have all the cables. Now I will explain to you individually what these cables are for and to show you how to connect this unit. The device that I'm going to use as in like the ARGB effects will be a fan coming from Arctic, and this is actually a spoil unit, but I just remove off so that I can test the ARGB effects. Now coming to the cable itself, right, there are 3 cables. So what is needed from the unit itself, I'll start off with the SATA cable. This is where you plug your PSU SATA cable so that the power source will provide the power to your unit. And over here, right, you will see that power. So connect this connector to the power socket. It's only one direction. Do not force it. Assuming that you place it wrongly, it will not feed. So do not force it. When you have the correct adjustment, right, or placement, right, it will just slot in easily. Then next, which is this cable over here, this is meant for the ARGB to be connected to your unit, to your motherboard, and you can bypass the unit and to make use of the motherboard utility to control the ARGB effects. Now you might be wondering, there's 2 connectors over here. One is VDG and the other one is the standard 3-pin 5V ARGB. The modern motherboard will make use of this kind of connector. Else in the past, right, there is motherboard whereby it has the VDG. So for this illustration, I'll be using the standard. So at one end, this is to be plugged to motherboard ARGB. Okay. Once this is done, right, at your motherboard end, where it has the ARGB connector over here, okay, not too sure if you can see, which is the 3-pin ARGB, sorry, this one, which is the 3-pin ARGB, not the 12V, right, the 3-pin. So plug this end here to the ARGB. Okay, this is done. So this is to align your controller to the motherboard itself, and there's a way to bypass this unit in order for you to make use of the motherboard utility to control the ARGB effects. Next, you will be having this cable over here. Now this is meant for your fans, which one end connects to your motherboard, be it the CPU fan header, the chassis system header and such, which I'm going to show you here. See, this is the fan header. Okay, so plug this end here, the 4-pin PWM connector, to the header. And once this is done, right, okay, let me just leave this down. Once this is connected, at this end over here, connect to the motherboard fan PWM. Alright, and what this does is, with just one, now you can either control, again you can control the fans RPM using this unit, or to bypass this and to make use of your motherboard utility, control the fan PWM. And take note that when you are plugging this to the unit itself, right, all the 10 fans that you connect here will follow one instruction from this header. You can't do separately, so take note on this. Once you're done with this, next thing is to plug your device. Now they are labeled over here, if you can see, it says fan and ARGB. So assuming that you're plugging a fan, right, the fan 4P, I mean the 4-pin PWM connector is to be connected to the fan socket. Okay, once this is done, on the ARGB connector, connect to the ARGB socket. Now please note that this 10 socket over here, right, is only meant for individual fans. Do not daisy chain your fans and to plug into one. It will work, but there is a limitation on it, so it end up that you might not be able to light up your daisy chain fan. So it's having an ample power to provide a single unit, and there's 10 over here. And assuming that you have other devices, right, for example, this is the LED strip, you can connect to another ARGB port. See, this is done. Now I'm going to fire up this whole system and to show you how to toggle in between the remote control. Oh, I've forgotten one thing. Besides using the remote control to control the ARGB, and or to use the motherboard utility to control the ARGB, there is another function, assuming that this is your case reset button, where you have this okay, this is power switch, but it can be used just an illustration if this is a reset switch. All right, you can plug it over here which says switch. Now, so you have three capability to control the ARGB on your fans or your strip. First, the remote control. Second, bypass the unit, make use of the motherboard utility, I mean the ARGB utility, to control the ARGB effects on your fan and on your strips. Or you can make use of this reset button. In your case, when you toggle, you will cycle the color, which I will show you later. Now, for illustration purposes, as you can see, I've set up everything, and this is in fact the Windows platform. Okay, just want to show you that I can make use of the polychrome to control the ARGB. Starting off with the controller itself, I mean the remote control, you can turn off the ARGB, you can turn on, and you can adjust the brightness. As you can see, I've lighted up, or you can bring it down. Now, next will be this speed over here, the S plus and the S minus, whereby if you to toggle to a certain, okay, for example this, right, you can speed up. See, this is speeding up, and this is to bring down the speed. See, it goes slow. Next will be all the static colors. You can just set pink, red, yellow, or even other colors. See, it goes accordingly. Now for the fan itself, right, take note on the logo or the crest on the Arctic fan itself. I can lower down the speed. See, it goes slower. Look at the crest, it's going slower. And if I have to increase the speed, see. Now to bypass this, right, I did not have the application with me on this system, so sorry about this, but it does work when you click on bypass motherboard mode. Okay, in fact this is polychrome being controlled, and at the meantime, if you have the fan utility, right, you can control the RPM of the fans, not an issue. Now back to the remote control here. So as mentioned to you, right, this layout over here, the center part which say RC remote control, and MB motherboard, which is your motherboard utility. So as mentioned, you can off, you can turn on. This is using the remote. Another thing is that while you're using the remote itself, right, you can use the reset switch. See, it will just toggle according to what you wanted. In fact, there are total of 361 patterns to choose from. Be it you are using the reset switch or the mode switch over here, mode plus, mode minus. See, I press the minus, it cycles through, inclusive of the static colors on the 361 effects. See? So be whether you go up or down the mode, just pre-select to what you wanted. So this is based on the remote control and the reset switch. So I'll show you again the reset switch when I press. See, I'm not touching the remote. So it will just cycle through all the effects. Now you might not be able to see it clearly because I just want to show you how this mechanism works, and I'm not going to turn off the lights. Now besides this, right, come to the motherboard mode. As you can see, this is polychrome. So when you toggle the center switch over here to motherboard mode, this is polychrome, which I'm going to use my mouse. See, I'm not touching the remote, I'm not touching the reset switch, just this. Okay, probably I should bring it up. See, I would toggle, let's say this breathing. Even the box itself is breathing according to your colors. And let's say I want to set it blue, I will just adjust this to blue. See, it follows. So this is one thing neat about the Gelid Amber 8, whereby you can make use of remote control, the reset switch, and your motherboard utility to control the ARGB. Mystery solved. As you guys have actually asked me, some of you wouldn't want to install application on your PC itself to control the ARGB, and you saw me using the remote. So there you have it. I'm using the Gelid product, whereby I've been using this Amber 5 for almost 2 years. And this thanks to Gelid to have provided me the Amber 8 to share with you guys. And when I inspect the quality between the Amber 5 and Amber 8, right, the Amber 8 has a more sturdy structure. It doesn't flex. Else, for the Amber 5, it does. An advantage of it, this Amber 8 allows you to control more than, I should say, 10 devices as compared to the Amber 5. This is only 5 channel. Else for this, it's total of 10. Double the amount. And next thing good about this, right, there are 3 ways to control the ARGBs. 1, you can use the remote control. 2, you can use the reset switch on your case. And 3, which some of you wouldn't want to, which is through the motherboard application. Now this unit itself is not very expensive. It's at $30 USD. Now some of you might think that, oh, it's $30 quite steep. I wouldn't think so, based on the fact that there are so many functions which I've been using it. Okay, I know this is provided to me, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, based on the fact that when you pay a product of a quality, a quality product is worth it, and it's going to prolong use and such, rather than you keep on buying cheap ARGB controllers, right, which I did, and some of them failed miserably, and some of it just give way, wear and tear. So I rather purchase a quality product. Alright, with this said, I will leave a description on where you can purchase this product directly from Gelid. Yes, correct. I got my Amber 5 directly from Gelid website, because they don't sell here in Singapore. So if you guys are interested to purchase this unit, right, you can just take a look at my description, and there's a link to the direct Gelid website. And at the meantime, I see what I can do for you guys. If you guys are interested, send me an email personally, then I might get a so-called promotion code from Gelid and to issue to you guys. Alright, with this said, as mentioned, mystery solved. And for those of you who are actually new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Now before I end, I should thank Gelid to provide this unit for me to share with you guys. As mentioned, if you guys like my content for the newcomers, do remember to subscribe and to click on the notification bell button. Till then, take care, goodbye, see ya.